So, Chad, I'm gonna do this video right fast, but hold on. I feel chubby. I feel chubby. A chubby ass. Bitch, I feel chubby. Girl, let me girl, let me drink me some water before. So, this is gonna be a really short video. There's just a little, look at, I feel chubby. Girl, I've been eating late at night, girl. Eating late at night, girl. Feeling, girl, just lost the weight, girl. It's a danger gaining it back, girl. So I've been at work all day. And I want to do this live right fast to talk about something, because I really didn't get a chance to really dig into what I wanted to say earlier. Now, I don't want this to be taken as me trying to read or me being messy, because I'm not. Because I'm not. I'm not being messy. But I was watching ATLien video, and they was, and that's how I saw what Tasha K had said about Maddie. When Maddie said she wanted to be on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. And Tasha K was roasting, And this is the thing. I think what upsets me the most about Madison's style of reading, because it's a style of reading. And her style of reading is very much, like, it's rooted in so much, like it's kind of rooted in sexism. It's rooted in it's rooted in colorism. Like her style of reading. Like, most often when she reads people, it has to do with a genetic feature, or it has something to do with their gender. Like, it has something to do with how their body functions. And so I think that's the thing but Tasha K be roasted. Like, Tasha K be like motherfucking breaking shit down, and it doesn't matter if you male or female. And I think the thing that I like about Tasha K versus Madison, if this was a versus thing, I've heard Tasha K drag herself. Like, I've heard this woman drag herself on multiple occasions. I've heard this woman critique herself. I've heard this woman call herself ill. And to me, that's the difference. Like, people say, she egotistical and all of that. But if you really legit listen to her talk, she drag herself. Like, and that's what I respect about her. She makes fun of her own self. I never hear T.S. Madison really make fun of herself. Like, I hear her make fun of others. I hear her insult others. But I never really hear her drag herself. And I think if there was more of a humility and less of a always bragging. Like she's always bragging on the things that she have, and she's always glorifying herself. And I think, coupling that with dragging for children, like it's a lot to take. Like, girl, I want to be happy for you. Like you're the first black trans woman to accomplish so many amazing things. And I want to celebrate you and be happy for you. But then, when every time I go to your page, you bragging about what you got, what materialistic thing you have, and using that, holding that over someone else's head. Like it makes you superior. Like having all this material shit, make you superior. You know what I'm saying? Like you valuing master stuff so much, and the fact that Beyonce chose you to represent blackness, like I I ain't trying to be shady towards Beyonce because like I've been having a healing moment with B because B's birthday or Beyonce's birthday is on the same day as my mother's, and my trans mother's. Like all three of them share the same birthday. And so y'all know at one time when Beyonce came to New Orleans, and it felt like she made fun of Hurricane Katrina in one of her videos. Um, it was almost like she was mocking Hurricane Katrina. You know, I realized it was her artistically trying to highlight that and wanted us to remember and show how we survived that. But like the fact that it was kind of glamorized, it rubbed me the wrong way. And I remember I did a video and the video went viral. The video got thousands of views, and I was in the comment section arguing with people. But I remember where I was mentally. I was just coming into consciousness, I was just waking up. Everything was triggering me. Everything. Everybody was triggering me. I was upset about everything. I was always on live spitting. Nah, nah, nah. Everything upset me. Everything. Like, I was triggered by everything. So, even though I had the right to be upset, it was just, I was giving so much energy to being angry, and it was exhausting me. It was tiring me out. I say again, as a sex change, we don't have the testosterone naturally pumping through our body anymore, the estrogen pumping through our body anymore. We have to be alchemists. We have to be rooted. We have to be in tune with ourselves, in tune with our bodies, in tune with nature. We have to literally stretch out our hand and call these things to us. So I don't have energy to waste on sitting on live talking about nothing for 2 and 3 hours. If I still had my nuts, so I would have been born with ovaries, then maybe I could sit online and entertain bullshit and go down rabbit holes and it would mean nothing. So for me, when I speak and when I say something, I have to be ready to stand 10 toes down on what I said. So I have to choose my battles. So the only reason why I'm speaking on this is because I don't care what nobody says. Those children, hey, how you doing? Those children cannot defend themselves on any world. What Madison is doing is acceptable in my mind. And the only reason why I'm speaking on it is because I don't want to see the karma of that. I don't want to see the karma of that. I am not a huge fan of T.S. Madison, but I don't want to see the karma from what she weaving by constantly doubling down on dragging defenseless children. We got sex trafficking going on with children. They say some of the elites is drinking the children blood. They what just happened to all of them children over there in Maui? They can't find 1,000 of them. You know what I'm saying? There is so much they taking away trans children rights. Like there is so much happening to children right now, and children are so defenseless and so helpless. Like Miss Mary can defend herself. She can read, Tasha. And if she got if Miss Mary would have read Tasha, if you'd have just said, you know what, I'ma let my mama address this, that would have made you look so much better publicly because other people would have started attacking Tasha. T.S. Madison act like she be making queen moves and boss moves, but no tea, no shade, ma'am. You don't make boss moves. You are the one that's gonna do what everybody else ain't gonna do. That's why they choose you, cause they know as long as they give you a check. As long as that check got enough zeros on it, it ain't too much stuff you won't do. And we know this because of how your career started. So they already know you're known for doing sex work. That's how you literally went viral shaking your dick in front of the camera. So they already know ain't too much she won't do. And this is coming from someone who used to smoke crack and have sold their body for $20. So I have been that girl who would do anything for a coin. I've been her. I've been that girl who would do anything. At one time, I would have sucked dick. Sucked dick for that baby. P48597678888. I would have sucked dick. I would have sucked dick so that I could go and get me some crack. So that I could go and get me some crack. So that I could go and get me some crack, baby. Ooh, but I'm not that person anymore. Thank you, God Goddess. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, oh, I can remember. I can remember. I can remember when I was in a low place. When I was in a low place. And I would have did anything when I found out my status. When I found out I was positive. Baby, I went out there and I let that money control me. Baby, before that, when men wouldn't be with me in public and I couldn't go home to meet the wife and the church had abandoned me and they didn't want to be bothered with me because I was transitioning and they was all telling me I was going to hell and I was going to get that shit. Baby, I was about my coin. Baby, I was passing niggas up and going to white men because them white men had coin. Baby, I started ignoring niggas. I started walking past the niggas. Walking to my coin, honey. Baby, what Diamond told her in Players Club, don't let the money make you, make the money, baby. The money was making me. But money don't control me no more. It don't control me no more. I still use it. Because you need money to do things. We need money. I appreciate it. But you know what? Sometimes my ancestors say, you know, my Caucasian ancestors and my black indigenous and African and all of those ancestors, they say, you know what, set me free. They say set me free from this contract. They say set me free. You know, and so every now and then I have to make an offering, you know, especially when the ancestors are being so good to me. You know, they're being so good to me. I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful. So thankful. I'm not on Facebook begging. Can you send me this? Can you help me with that? I ain't had to call my sister and ask her for $20 or call my cousin Kitty and ask her for $20. I ain't had to call my sister Octavia and ask her for $20. Can you cash app me? Can you send me? I ain't had to. And I ain't got it like that. But you know what? I'll never be so bound by money that I will live in a spirit of lack and limitation because I know my gifts will always make room for me. I be showing my paintings on Facebook and I show my paintings on Instagram and somebody will be in my inbox saying, can I buy that? And you know what I say? No. I say, my uncle and my stepdaddy, when they got on, you know, when they started doing drugs real bad, you know, because patriarchy was trying to perform this masculinity, this toxic masculinity that a lot of our brothers have to perform. My uncle, you know, was dealing with an addiction, and my stepdaddy was dealing with an addiction, and they sold all of our family's art, and our art is our culture. A lot of us, we sell our culture. Then y'all think when they get in the industry they sell their soul. No, nigga, you sold your culture. You sold the art that was in the home that told stories of who we were and who we are and who we can be. You sold that. You sold our culture and replaced it with European culture. And so now, what do I do? What do I do? All of my family got paintings that I painted hanging up in their house. Just gave my uncle one, my cousin got one, my sisters got one, my auntie got one. Baby, paintings that tell stories. Because I want us to have our culture. Our culture is more important than this. That's not our story. That's somebody else's. Mm. I'm getting my revision surgery SRS because I've completely lost my depth. Girl, let me tell you something. I ain't got that much depth. But see this girl, I could take it to about right here. But see this girl right here, girl. Girl, I be having fun, girl. Oh, that girl got different settings, baby. Yas, 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 yas. Give it to me. Give me that funk, that sweet, that funk, that gushy stuff. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give me the stuff. Girl, I be having this every night, girl. Look, I be like this, girl. Look, this how you know I be getting it in, girl. Look. Girl, that's how you know I be getting it in, girl. Look. You know how people have lotion by the bed, girl. Look at this motherfucking aloe vera by the bed, girl. Girl, that lady be putting aloe vera in her cat going in, girl. Girl, that lady be putting aloe vera in her cat going. I like this setting though. No, this one. Yeah. Girl, I'm about to end this live, girl. Girl, I got stuff I got to do, girl. Girl, I got stuff I got to do, girl. Damn flies. Oh my goodness. But let's have a drink together before I get off the live. Yeah, I'm gonna put this last little piece of this 50 on my altar. I've been doing burning money rituals all this week though. And somebody told me this in the comment section when I did my first burning money ritual. They said you have to lose everything. You have to be willing to lose everything in order to gain everything. And I'm not gonna lie, since I started doing money burning rituals, I haven't been like I have been more financially stable. I've been doing better financially. I'm not saying everybody should do it, because you know you have to have that type of faith in your mind that you're gonna be okay. You know, if you don't have that faith that you're gonna be okay, then sweetheart, you shouldn't do it. You know, but for me, you know, just to always acknowledge, to remind myself that money doesn't control me and that I am the bank. You know, to remind myself that I make the money doesn't make me, and also, you know, to free some ancestors, because I don't think every white person is happy with the way things turned out. I think that there are some presidents, you know, who are on that money who, you know, have come to a different space of clarity in their life. You know, this is my drink trail. I love Remy. Girl, I'm one of them old school, you know. But you know, in their life. So I think that, you know, some of our ancestors are ready to be set free from this dimension. You know, they don't want to be bound here, and you know, that currency is a symbol of their bondage. You know, it's a symbol of the bondage. You know, it is definitely a symbol of the bondage, and so I that's why I read the serial numbers before I get rid of it, so that I can set that girl free. You ever tried a red rose? What is that? Tequila rose. Tequila rose. Ooh. Baby, I just worked 12 hours. Tequila rose to me tastes like Pepto Bismol. It does. I can't drink I can't drink like that chata rum and all that type of stuff, like the white stuff with the, like, I be liking the taste of it, but it always like give me sinuses or something the next day. Like that stuff that be mixed with milk. Mm-mm. It tastes good. I used to like tequila rose. I used to like tequila rose, but yeah, mm-mm. Yeah, but I think that I'm about to like I'm about to stop talking about Maddie. I'm about to start just ignoring her. It's gonna be hard not to watch her, cause I love her as a performing artist. Like I love everything that she's played in. Bros, I loved how she acted in that. Hush, I love the role she played in Hush. Um, kind of ghetto wretched, but again, she take the roles and she have like because she's the first to do so many things, and that's one thing I will never take from her. She has been an example of so many things for us in mainstream. She's been the model. She's been the blueprint for us to look at as trans black beings, who come from sex work and who come from that. Like she's been a model for us to see. And so because she's been the first, it's been a chance to see. And she can act like she's funny. She has a humorous. She doesn't mind being the butt of the joke. She don't mind being that. Not necessarily on her own platform because on her show when she do Maddie Mob and Maddie in the Morning and Maddie all that, like she be real conceited on there, but on all of her other stuff that I seen when she played in Gabrielle Union movie just now, she played a female and she was funny. She was the comic relief. But her role in Hush was very cute. I'm trying to think what else she played in. Think what else. I don't like when she do the wow. I don't want to see you just ate that. Like, cause I really don't like to see her play the clown. Like I don't like to see her be the gesture. And that's how I see myself in her. That's how is when I come for her or when I say things about her, it's not shade because I don't like to see mainstream make a fool out of her. I don't live for that. I don't live for her playing roles where she is kind of shucking and jiving. I don't like to see that because I see myself in her. I don't want to see myself shuck and jive, so I don't want to see her shuck and jive. I don't want to see that. But that's what Caucasians want to see. A lot of Caucasians want to see black people shuck and jive. And so that gets you that mainstream bag. And what I liked about her role in Brothers is she didn't have to shuck and jive. The movie that she did with the two gay white guys, she didn't do no shucking and jiving in it. She was pretty much herself. She pretty much played herself. And was a little bit more classier, low key. And on Hush, she gangster. She play a gangster. She play a boss. You know what I'm saying? So I live for these roles that she's getting. But when she works with Wow, when they make her shuck and jive and miss me with that. With a wig on and buku makeup. Miss me with the bullshit. Bitch, miss me with the bullshit, bitch. I am not, bitch, not on somebody else's platform, bitch. I do it on mine, because, bitch, there's gonna be some context, bitch. Like it just was just there, bitch. Bitch, that's not gonna be the whole story, bitch. Yeah, speaking of hope, let's read something out of her book. I'm so glad you brought that up because I was about to get off the live without. Let's read a little bit of the book and have a little bit of analysis. So wait, y'all, hold on. I gotta pee, so y'all finna hear what it sounds like to pee out of a handcrafted vagina. Ugh. I'm gonna pee on the live. Mm. Oh, it's such a light drizzle. It's such a light drizzle. You can barely even hear it. I heard Cookie Tookie say, "Stunty Gunty." But, so where's the book? Let's read from Until I Met Blackman. Blackman, Blackman. Dedication. These words are for the black boy I thought I had to be, and the black man I never became. These words are for the black women scarred by the patriarchy, searching for a home in a version of femininity we were never meant to attain, to validate men who don't often value our greatness enough to say thank you for our mere existence. These words are for the black men I have loved and lost. I say to these men, I'm sorry. Thank you, and you're welcome. These words are for the black men on a mission to be the most authentic versions of themselves despite the status quo. This book is dedicated to my father, Roosevelt Hadley. You saw me before I saw myself, and I made a promise to be just that, and I will always love you for it. These words are for the black women who affirm my womanhood and acknowledge that I am still your sister. As different as we are, I am still your sister. Preface. I explored the contents of this book while navigating questions around who I was as a woman. You all are about to read a bit of my personal story and understanding what it means to be a black man in a society and what it means to navigate them while being a woman of a specific life experience. Navigating these words was not easy, and to be quite frank with you, being able to tell the truth based on my own logic and understanding of black malehood after rejecting my own is sure to get me backlash. I'm prepared to tell this truth by setting women like myself free and men like those mentioned into a space of forward momentum in their personal lives and journeys. Mm. 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 So then she has a foreword. So we're going to read the foreword, and then we're going to know what it's setting the stage for. And then once we read the foreword, we'll read some of the content, and when I have more time, we'll read the expectation. But I'm gonna read the foreword, and then when I read the foreword, we're gonna unpack a little bit of that, and I'm gonna give a little light analysis, not too much analysis because I've been sipping, you know. So, but I will tell you what I'm experiencing real time. The foreword. I am a black cisgender woman Okay, let me keep reading. I am a black cisgender woman who has never fully questioned what it means to be black and or cisgendered and or female. I am old enough to be Hope Giselle's mama, yet no part of my identity has ever truly questioned or investigated in a manner in which she investigates her own. No part of my identity has ever been truly questioned or investigated in a manner in which she investigates her own identity and the men she has encountered in her book until I met black men. Oh, okay, so somebody else must have wrote this about it. I grew up safely as a young black middle aged girl in Atlanta, Georgia, in the late 1960s through the 1970s. When I say I grew up safely, I mean that I had a mama and daddy who loved me and provided for me in a black neighborhood and in black communities, and I never wondered or questioned who I was or who I belonged to. That thought sounds like some foreign concept in the year of 2021, but that is my truth. I would take It would take me decades into my adulthood before I recognized that being black and female was something that did not always sit well with white folks and occasionally with some black folks. The word transgender was not a part of any black parlance. I'm gonna have to Google that word that I knew of back then. I certainly heard the terms sissy and dyke and applied it to a variety of folks that did not always neatly fit in the implied definitions. My late mama simply called all of the folks conveniently crammed into these various identity definitions different. I wish I could summon her wisdom now. My late mama was a school teacher who had a simple philosophy that emphasized that all of us had a particular gift and that we were endowed with. It did not matter what package we arrived in. We just simply arrived on the planet and with whatever the creator gave us. Our job was to simply use and develop whatever the creator gave us to make life better for ourselves and for all those folks that we encountered on that journey called life. Hope Giselle has written yet another book about her identity as a black woman, and identity shaped in a large part for the better or worse by her encounters with black men and with concepts of how masculinity and manhood is formed in the black community. If truth be told, the concept of what is and what is not feminine is also shaped by those concepts. Therein lies part of the problem. Black manhood, whatever the hell it is or is not, is both a tool and a weapon depending on where you are standing. Black womanhood, particularly black trans womanhood, often appears to folks who don't look too closely as a rejection of black manhood when it's not. Wait. Black trans women often appear to folks who don't look too closely as a rejection of black manhood when it's not. Hope Giselle's self evaluation then is not simply another memoir of her coming to terms with being a black transgender woman. It's also a deeply personal exploration of how she arrived at her own definition of what it means to be a black woman. That exploration is her gift to us. Leslie Joy Allen, historian. So I think what had kind of threw me on the loop was, so clearly someone read this book before it was published. So like, because my book doesn't have a foreword. So when I saw the foreword, I was like, if you notice, I was saying all the words perfectly until I got to this part because I was like, wait a minute. I'm a published author too, but I don't have the academic background that Hope has. I didn't go to. Did she go to one of those HBCUs? I think so. I don't have that education. When I wrote my book, it was purely organic. I did do some community college. I went to some seminary, but I never finished any of those things because um, I'm gonna try to say this thoughtfully because I have friends and sisters who I love who are academics. That learning process wasn't for me. I like to learn. I like to have different experiences. I like to document those experiences. I like to um, um, build on those experiences. Yeah, so I just have my own way of learning. I have my own way of getting information. I definitely encourage learning, and I definitely encourage being more informed, being more present, being more aware, but I don't always believe or think that we should have to rely on institutions. Um so far what I'm getting from this book is an angle of a conversation that I don't think we often hear. So I am going to read the book. And I think because the book is only 80 pages, we can have a story night, and every night, well, when I have time. Let's just say every time I do a live, I have to read a few pages out of the book and give some analysis. So, what I thought about what I've read so far, um, I like the idea of this confrontation of you being in a space to acknowledge that becoming a black man, existing in that space, was not what you wanted. It was ultimately not who you were. There wasn't enough room for you. Um, Hope uses a lot of. She uses the word black a lot. And this is the thing for me. Because I'm an artist. Like I'm a 100% artist. Black means a lot. Black as the color, it absorbs all of the colors. It absorbs sunlight. Black has the capacity to hold space for a lot. And a lot of people who love using this word because you have an excess amount of melanin, you are not really celebrating being black. You're capitalizing off of the fact that you happen to be black. Because more than anything, a lot of you still kind of wish you was white. It's the need to get in front of the camera and always feel like you gotta have a wig on. always feel like you gotta have a filter. Always feel like you got to have some makeup on. To never feel to like it's one thing to want to look cute sometimes. It's another thing to feel like every time you get in front of the camera, you gotta perform and be in full geesh. What this does is create an expectation for people who are not black. Y'all could justify any way you want to, but until you love yourself, do not expect for racism to end. Until you could get butt naked in front of that camera and walk in power from that space, don't expect for racism to end. I be on here crooked teeth, black gums, skin broke out, hair nappy. Bitch, Mary J. Blige said, take me as I am. I wish she'll take off that motherfucking blonde wig some damn time. Because if y'all keep performing and y'all keep putting on a show at that level, it creates an expectation from non-black people. I don't have to tap dance for you to see. Do you know how many talents I have? Do you know how gifted I am? Bitch, I don't have to put on wigs and contours and filth. Bitch, I don't have to do all that for y'all. Bitch, this not the founding fathers regime continued, bitch. And so, we always giving license, like the gatekeepers of blackness are the ones who perform for whiteness. And so I'm going to read this book, but I just want to talk about some of the triggers for me in reading it. Because you throw around that word because you got all this melanin. And sister, you know how to use black colloquialisms. You know how to do kitchen table talk. But we gonna go ahead and keep it real. You a special kind of nigga. Not gonna say you a coon, because I don't know you like that. I don't know you well enough to say that. Not gonna say that. But what I am gonna say is, you perform on a high level. And it screams, I need to love myself a little more. A lot of these girls who got these big ass platforms and buku people following them. You saw Madison always talking about, I got this and I got that, and look at me and look at what I'm doing and look at where I'm at. I'm like, girl, when you're that girl, we see it. Like, you ain't gotta constantly remind me. Why you have to constantly remind people? I don't watch every video she put out because she put out a lot of content. I don't watch every video she put out, but I always so happen to watch the video where she bragging about what she got. And I'm like, we know you live in a big ass house. We know you got a nice ass car. We know you take good care of your mama. We know you working. We damn sure know you ain't missing no meals. Why? Like, I don't understand how at that level of success, if this is what it is, how people still snatching your peace. How every time I look around, you still somewhere screaming and hollering in front of the camera with all this money. You got all this money, you flying, you going on vacation, you doing all of these things, but you still every 2 or 3 weeks screaming and hollering at somebody. Calling somebody a monkey. Talking about somebody having nappy hair. Talking about somebody black ass. You got all this money, but where your peace at, mama? You so blessed. You been given so much. Like, if I had that kind of money and I had that kind of wealth, my enemy couldn't upset me. You could be dragging me. Bitch, I got coins. Bitch, I could go where I want to go. I could do what I want to do. You're not bothering me. That's what Beyonce do. And you love her. You always singing her praises. You worship her. Low key. You love her. Especially since she promoted your song. She put your voice on her song. You don't never see Beyonce entertaining. Child, they drags Beyonce and Beyonce don't never. Bitch, they didn't copy. Beyonce will say, Beyonce will get on a song and be, y'all haters kill me with that Illuminati mess. That's all y'all get out of Beyonce. Sometimes shit go down when it's $1 billion on the elevator. That's what Beyonce gonna give you. She not sitting there, nigga, this nigga, I'ma whoop this nigga, nigga. She about to give you all that rah-rah. That's where you really at peace with your coin. That's when you at peace with your coin. Like, sweetheart, I can buy and sell all of you. What? I don't even, bitch, the IRS is fighting to get a coin out of me. And I just want Maddie to have that kind of peace. I want Maddie to have that kind of peace. I want Maddie to set in her regalness. And I want her to be this queen she keep telling us she is. I want to be able to go sit on her page and watch her sit on her throne. And I want to hear her talk about how she's working on her diet. I want to hear her talk about how she is fasting and how she is having, how she's just becoming just more in tune, and she's seeing, she's doing yoga, she's stretching. She's going on hiatuses, and she just got back, from a retreat, and, and she did a cleanse, and I want to hear Maddie give that. Because you have the coins to do all of these things. You have the coins to go and see people who can help you do healing work on yourself. But I mean, your brand is what you're doing. And I just don't want your brand to be talking about people's children. Is that wrong? Is that wrong? Oh, Maddie, she'll talk about your babies. T.S. Madison, baby, all bets is off with her. She'll talk about your little children. Girl, yes, ma'am. And then when people be calling her he and calling her a man, you can't even feel sorry because I've never like everybody trying to say the Erica Mena and the Spice was the same thing. It wasn't. Spice said your children don't like you. Spice referenced Erica's children. Spice did not talk about Erica's children. She referenced them to insult Erica. She referenced to insult. T.S. Madison has literally been laying into this woman's children from the one who can't walk yet on up. Please don't let that be your brand. Please. Because I'm not going to be able, like, that's a good way to get rid of me. That's a good way. Like, baby, if you want me out your business, keep dragging for cheering. Every video, drag for some cheering. As soon as I hear you start talking about them cheering, I'm going to turn the channel. Because I don't want to hear that. And I'm not going to ride for you just because we was both born with penises. Because I got rid of mine. I would rather have it in me than on me. I like them in me, not so much on me. And in a minute, I'm about to get out this live and go get a fake one put up in me. Normally, when I do this ritual, I burn the money in front of this being. It says lay limb on the front, and it says lay lur on the back. I sculpted this being since I've been here, and this being represents the black indigenous beings that lived on Turtle Island that were murdered and slaughtered because they would not become slaves. This being represents the ancestors who lied and said that they were black and they had came over on the slave ships from Africa because they didn't want to go and live on the reservations. So instead they ended up in ghettos and projects and housing projects. Because at one time, if you looked like me and you admitted that you were Indian and you wore Indian clothing, you could be arrested. Just like you could get arrested for dressing like a woman at one time in New Orleans, you could get arrested for looking like me and admitting that you were Indian. That's what they did us. And so I burned the money in front of this figure with the wide nose and the big lips. Look like a monkey, don't it, T.S. Madison? This being would be ugly to you, huh, sister? Cause it ain't got long flowing hair and a pencil nose. This being look like Tasha K, don't it? Look with the circles around the eyes, the dark circles around the ugly, huh? Oh, ugly nigga. That's how you feel about it, huh, T.S. Madison? But I think it's beautiful. This nigga is gorgeous. And when I burn the money, in front of his eyes so it can see it burn. with those big lips and that wide nose and them dark circles around the eyes. The nigga we erased. The missing link. Hmm. Yes. Yes. Look at it. I shaped this with my hands. I shaped this. Put a leaf on it from outside. Put feathers in it. Oh yes, the libations got me feeling lovely. Hey Lord Nick and KX. Yes, I'm libated. We just finished reading from Hope's book. We're gonna read some more of it on another day. I have I'm doing a job for 5 more days. So I've been working from early in the morning to late at night. I work 13-hour shifts because a girl had mismanaged some funds, and a girl has to have integrity, you know. I have to correct my missteps. And so I've been working 10-hour shifts, 13-hour shifts out in the elements. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get that bag, trying to get that 9-foot sack. Because when I get back ups, down hills, and get ready to do this production, honey, I can't be looking foolish. I mismanage. But you know what? When I mismanage funds, I could show receipts of everybody that I've been a blessing to, everybody I've helped. Cause Cash App and PayPal, it's a electronic receipt. Everybody I've sewn into, everybody I've helped. So when we talk about me mismanaging funds, no, and everybody that I sold into was black and indigenous, and the majority of them were queer. So whenever I have wealth and access, baby, I could show receipts. I just burnt a $50 bill on this live. So we know one thing, money don't control me. And I'm not greedy. But I can show receipts if I need to of everybody who I've helped, giving micro grants out to, giving support to. Of course, I took care of me. If I don't, who else will? But I will also get out into the streets and work, get a W-2 to fix those things. Yes. Mm-hmm. And I'm thankful that I've always been that type of person. I can remember when we were younger. I'm finna tell y'all a quick story before I get off this live. So when I used to do sex work, when I was in my 20s, I was kind of like the house mother, right? And I had my daughter. I never forget Little Bit. She had a haircut just like this. It was blonde on the top. She had just been arrested. She came home from jail. She wasn't even 16 years old. She came to stay at my house. Um, my other daughter, Portia, Basha, and my cousin Kim, we was all living together. I used to have to keep the safe with the money in it. So sometimes it would have $600 in it. Sometimes it would have 1,000 in it. Sometimes it would have $1,300 in it. I would be the one who was in charge of keeping the money. Because a lot of us did drugs, snorted coke, some of us smoked crack, some of us did heroin. We did a little bit of everything. So they would give me the money because they knew that I had a little bit more willpower when it came to not allowing my vices to control me. A man, a woman. And I've always been stronger when other people depended on me. I tend to be, I noticed this about myself. You live with yourself for long enough, you learn you. When I have people that I have to care for, when people are depending on me, that's when I show the fuck out. But when ain't nobody depending on me, and I ain't got to answer to nobody, bitch, I do what the fuck I want. But give me some responsibility. I'm responsible for these people. I can't let these people. I don't like to let people down. That's my character. I like to come through. So I had a boyfriend, and I would go in the savings so I wouldn't have to be out tricking and prostituting, right? So I could lay up with him. So I go in the house money that I was watching, and then my boyfriend come over, I might spend $100 on him. Might take him out to eat. We might, might do something. I might spend about $100 of the money. Bitch, before anybody asked me for that money back, I had to went out in the streets, turned the trick, whatever the fuck I had to do to get that money back. Cause when they ask for that money, it's not gonna be short. It's always been my character. Thank you. I thank my ancestors for that. That ain't me. That ain't this flesh. That's what live in me. That's what lives in me. Nah, I'm not gonna say I ain't never. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was younger, I'm not gonna say I ain't never went up in the store and oh, I like that. That look nice. I'm not gonna say I ain't never did that. Shit. I'm not gonna say that I never. But when it comes to my friends and my family and my loved ones, my friends, my family, and my loved ones, never. Never. I used to get beat up when I was younger. I literally used to get beat up when I was younger. And if that same person would beat up on one of my female cousins or one of my other siblings, child, I would go down there and fight for my, like, I would fight for other people quicker than I would fight for myself. I would fight for my family quicker than I would fight for myself. I used to let people beat me up all the time when I was little. I used to get beat up all the time. Hit somebody that I love. My family. But this was my logic. I think I always knew telepathically that the person who was able to harm me would suffer worse if I didn't hit them back. I knew subliminally, nigga, if you could hit me and I'm really not even fucking with you, like you legit a bully, your karma for what, and I watched the people who did fuck shit to me, who harmed me. Cause I have literally been picked up, dumped upside down, and placed in a trash can. I've had that done to me. When I was in the fourth grade, somebody picked me up, turned me upside down, and put me in a fucking trash can. And it was somebody who was gay. And they didn't like me because I was a little bit too free. And they was afraid I was gonna clock their teeth. Get the fuck from around me. I get it now looking back. But I was too free. I used to be on the sidewalk pretending I was Michael Jackson with the little beaded jacket on doing it. I used to be. Bitch, I was tap dancing on the sidewalk, bitch, wearing Michael Jackson jackets, moonwalking, bitch, talking about. Bitch, I was a mess. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. But I had a lot of beautiful childhood memories. I had some fucked up ones, but I also had some beautiful ones. That's why you have to read my book. Because my book talks a lot about my childhood. My book talks a lot about my childhood. My book spills a lot of childhood tea. And it really just it's very I love the way that I told the story. I didn't call myself he or she because I wanted both males and females to be able to see themselves in my story because I've had females to tell me that they want to be me when they grow up, that I'm free, that females see themselves in my likeness and the way that I show up. And so I know I have a responsibility not just to my queer community, not just to males who are transitioning, but also to young girls, who see the power in my willingness to defy these constructs of what it means to rest in your femininity and what that looks like and how that shows up. I got breasts and hips and a pussy, so y'all didn't have to. But understand this: just because you didn't have to get breasts, just because you didn't have to get hips, just because you didn't have to get a pussy to gain this wisdom that I give you all on these lives, it don't mean you fucking better than me. It just means you have an opportunity to do something different with your existence. But bitch, don't ever think you're better. And that's what I don't like about a lot of these children. We experience things so that they can learn from our experiences, and then a lot of y'all take that and spit it right back in our face and be like, bitch, you old, you out of touch, you don't know what you talking about, you sound crazy. No, you sound self-absorbed. You sound unconscious. Because if you had wisdom, if you had really been through something, you'd be able to understand, like you'd have more capacity for indifference. Some of y'all know how to use big words. Some of y'all know how to string together the colonizer's language so eloquently. But the truth comes out when your capacity is tested. When you're given the opportunity to hold space for something that you don't really fully understand. That's when you spill your tea. You sit up here and use all these big ass words and you pontificate, honey, about this and that and give speeches and go live and be on live for 3 hours. Pontificating. I learned that word from watching the Parkers. Remember when she was doing that book club And she said, I'm sitting with these people in the stores and I'm pontificating. And yeah, child, y'all be sitting on live pontificating about the things that you've learned at your HBCUs. But bitch, the moment it's time for you to show that in capacity, what you have capacity for, and this the gag. You are always wanting more space. You're wanting more space to be given to you, more opportunities to be given to you. You want more people to understand you and respect you and embrace you. But bitch, you literally are guilty of the same shit that you calling the system out for. Bitch, you the oppressor in chocolate. Bitch, you're the oppressor in blackface. Bitch, you're the same monster. You can't sit with me because you look like this, because you don't have this, because you ain't got that, because you ain't doing this, because you ain't doing that. Ma'am, I don't have to be fake with you and speak to you from a distance to know how to set boundaries with you. You can have capacity for someone and still have boundaries. But a lot of y'all move like bots. You follow people in the background. What happened with T.S. Madison and Tasha K is not all Tasha K's fault. T.S. Madison links herself with people who she knows is going to elevate her star power. She strategically aligns herself with people who have a higher financial value or more clout than her. She purposely does this. Now, you know that these people are only aligning themselves with you for the same reasons. So it's two clout chasers. Stop me when I'm lying. Stop me when I'm lying. Stop me when I'm lying. It's two clout chasers who in each other face for the wrong reasons. So that's what happened with her and Kaya. It was toxic. The root of it was toxic. It was not a genuine, there was some genuine parts, which is why it was able to do what it did. But the intention, the foundational intention was solely for clout and the opportunity to capitalize. When T.S. Madison collaborated with Tasha, we know Madison is grimy. She will talk about your children. She catapulted herself shaking her dick in front of the camera. Tasha K don't have that many scruples either. Anything Tasha K could do to keep herself relevant and in the forefront outside of, let me tell you something. Honestly, I got a little respect for Tasha K. Cause if Tasha K was to motherfucking do something pornographic, like if she was to make a video fucking her husband and put that shit on OnlyFans or something like that, she probably could get motherfucking Cardi B her money. Cause she got a strong enough fan base that if she play herself hard enough, she might stumble into that money. She got a strong enough platform where if she was willing to say that the marital bed is unsanctified, is undefilable, and get in front of that camera and suck her motherfucking husband dick with them big ass lips like a motherfucking champ and just motherfucking. And maybe even do a threesome. Get that man a threesome. Bring some old white looking woman in the bed so that the white people could come look too. If Tasha K was willing, and see, T.S. Madison would do it. If T.S. Madison owed Cardi B motherfucking $4 million, T.S. Madison would, bitch, if she was the one who owed Cardi B $4 million, that bitch would be standing on handstands, eating pussy, motherfucking teabagging, whatever it takes. Bitch, that bitch will be doing whatever it takes. And so this is why, I think that Tasha K is being so graceful. Like, Tasha K is stressing, but Tasha K is still, her platform still has a certain amount of integrity. She ain't a girl that will do anything for a coin. She won't do anything. But I think T.S. Madison would do just about anything for a coin. A nasty one. Not gonna say just an old average coin, but a nasty coin. I'm gonna give her that. A nasty coin. She probably's done a few things behind the scenes still for a nasty coin. For a nasty coin. And when I say nasty, I mean 5, 10, 15, 20,000. She probably had a few moments where she had to use, wear a few men cakes out. And they gave her old nasty bag, honey. She was faking it till she made it behind the scenes. Cause now she really doing good, I think. But I think it was sometimes behind the scenes, honey. Well, maybe the glitz wasn't matching the glam, honey. The glitz was not matching the glam, honey. And behind the scenes, honey, I be stroking. That's what I be doing. Bitch, before that PP loan came, honey. Child, she was out there loaning PP. Girl, I said, before that PP loan came, she was out there loaning PP. I don't need no more to drink. Not loaning PP, bitch. Not loaning motherfucking PP, bitch. That's a commercial. Before I got the PP loan, I was out there loaning PP. Thank you, PP loan. Bitch. I was loaning PP. It was loaded it with interest, bitch. Let me stop. Oh, girl, look at how that one titty hang longer than the other one, girl. The ancestor gonna give me a titty that was longer than the other one, bitch. And I don't like lopsided systems, and I got a lopsided titty. That bitch be like that. I be walking in, baby, like bitch, I be looking like I be walking like this, bitch. Girl, not one titty ain't long, girl, and the other titty, girl, wait. Girl, remember when you was young, girl, and your titties were like that, girl? Girl, and your titties used to be like that, girl. Them girls used to set up like that, girl. And now them girls just go, damn. Them girls used to be like that, baby. Girls used to be like, now them girls look like I'm holding the baby, bitch. Wait, hold on. This look like I'm holding a baby, bitch. Yeah, you mean? Y'all, let me get off this live. I'm being silly. Bitch, like I'm holding a fucking shell, bitch. Girl, I want these titties to be smaller, girl. These things is big, girl. These things is big. Girl, these things is big. Girl, let's have this last shot, girl. Maybe I should drink some water. Okay, so I did not expect to be on here an hour and a half. Child, what time is it? Well, it's 11:56. Okay, I still got a little time to get me some nap before work tomorrow. But I feel so much better. I think I want to do one more shot. I feel so much better. This live started off clear-headed, and then my brain started to get just a little bit more bubbly when I had Remy Martin. This live is brought to you by Remy. I'm not wearing Remy, but I drink it. Girl, y'all heard about Remy cheating on her husband? Let me stop, girl. I'm not, girl. I can't believe you did it, Remy. Papoose was so, girl. I mean, girl. I'm not, girl. I'm not finna drag for you, Remy, because I don't have nothing to say. But, girl, Papoose was fine, girl. But, girl, I'm not surprised, girl, because you know when a girl come home from jail, girl, you didn't have dick in all them years, girl. You was locked up. You wasn't getting that yike, honey. You come home. The prison had preserved you. You came home. You was looking lovely. Papoose probably didn't have time to give you that dick like you wanted it. You know. But maybe you could have talked to Papoose. Maybe y'all could have had a conversation, girl. And maybe you could have did something different, girl. Because, girl, you didn't have to do that to Papoose, girl. Girl, Papoose is fine, girl. Remy. Girl, I'm not judging you, girl, but damn, Papoose is fine, girl. Ooh, Papoose so fine, girl. Girl, then he's talented and so creative, girl. How could you do that, girl? I sound like an old slave nigga, girl. Savannah, that's a good man. But I like Papoose, though. I like Papoose. I like Papoose. I think Papoose is cute and fine and talented and creative and he got money. Y'all couldn't just like have a conversation. Like you had to fuck another nigga without him knowing it. Like, do he really feel played about it? Like, did he really have to? Like, is it hearsay? Like, I just loved you and him together. I was so happy for y'all. Like, I ain't gonna lie, it was kind of devastating, girl. When Tasha K had revealed that tea that Remy Martin was cheating on Papoose, girl. It's a mess, girl. It's a mess, girl. It's a mess. It's always the ones that don't want the good dick that get the good dick, huh? And girl, I'm always meeting niggas. Like I buried my husband earlier this year. Then my ex-husband had passed away. Girl, and it was like back to back. Like I was supposed to be getting my vaginal, my pussy deeper. Like I was about to get my revision and get my pussy deeper. But girl, all of the niggas that I wanted to fuck once I got the deeper pussy, girl, had to die, girl. The two niggas that I was gonna fuck, girl, that I needed it for. Cause girl, I don't need that pussy for these other niggas. These other niggas ain't like. I love these niggas, but I don't fuck with these niggas like that. But the two main niggas that I would have been fucking that had some monster ass dicks, them child, and the devastation from them passing away. It was like, bitch, I'm not about to go lay on no table and get cut on. And I'm not even much finna be able to get the dick I want when I'm done. Like the dicks that I was gonna go through this motherfucking pain and suffering for ain't even here. Like like my pussy ain't as deep as I would like for it to be, but I still enjoy my pussy a lot. Like I love my fucking pussy. Like my love my pussy flaws and alls. Bitches could call my shit a sore, a fake pussy, a neo pussy. Bitch say you got mutilated. Bitch, I'd rather have that than what I had. I thank you, God Goddess. I get on my damn knees. I get on my knees, honey. You see me on them knees, honey? Do you see me on them? You see me on them? I'm thankful. Huh. For me. For me. For me. I don't regret. I don't regret. I love what I have now. When I had my motherfucking penis, child, I wouldn't touch that bitch. I barely touched that hoe. Bitch, I used to put that hoe between my legs and rub my thighs together to make myself calm. For me, it was in the way. Now, I do miss the energy that I had when I had nuts. I do miss the hump. Because I don't think that I would be this big. I don't think that it would be a struggle for me to stay a certain weight. Like I think I probably would have went through a fat phase and been bad built because I would have probably tried to use food. I probably would have self-medicated with food because that's in my genetics. But it's also in my genetics to overcome it, because I've done it multiple times. I was 230 pounds 226 pounds at the top of the year, and now I'm 200 pounds. And I've managed to keep those to keep myself down to the same weight for about 5 or 6 months now. You know what I'm saying? So I can lose it. I have the discipline to lose it. I had to learn myself. And I think having bottom surgery, because once I had bottom surgery the first time, I started blowing up, because your body metabolism changed. T.S. Madison better keep her dick. She always talking about, I never get rid of my dick. I never cut my dick off. Bitch, you better not. Bitch, you better not. Bitch, you already big. Bitch, if you get rid of them dick and them balls, bitch, you gonna look like the Stay Puff trans woman. Bitch, you gonna be... Bitch, you better not. Bitch. Bitch, you better die with them dick and nuts, bitch. Bitch, you always making jokes about how you would never and how your dick is the trans to connect you to God, and you always giving all that bullshit, trying to glorify your dick. You are right to glorify your dick. Cause you is not a girl that's built not to have one. Run thoroughbred, man. Thoroughbred. Stallion. With or without. Boom, gaga, boom, gaga, boom, gaga. Without nuts. Without nuts. Without balls. without without them. Honey, girl, if you ain't have no nuts, you'll be like this. Yeah, Madison didn't have no dick or no ball. That bitch would be like this. We wouldn't be watching that bitch on TV. That bitch would be like this. What we eating today? That bitch should be laying across the bed by this big bitch. Bitch, that bitch should really be crazy dead, bitch. Ooh-wee. Bitch, all the girls that don't want to get rid of their nuts, bitch. You better not ever, bitch. Cause I done, bitch, you bitches with nuts. You bitches big. Bitch, a lot of you bitches big. Bitch, you bitches is big, bitch. They got a lot of big girls. With nuts. Bitch, when you get rid of your nuts, bitch. Bitch, if you was walking like this, it come this. Bitch with nuts. In the club, bitch. Bitch in the club like this bitch with nuts. Bitch, this how you be in the club without nuts. Bitch, some of the ones got nuts and be like this. Bitch, you hoes got nuts and you hoes still tired. Bitch, you hoes still lazy. Bitch, you hoes still ain't got no heart, bitch. Bitch, if you ain't had no nuts, bitch. Bitch, if you ain't had them nuts, bitch. You would be fucked, bitch. That's why you talk about you ain't never giving up your dick. But bitch, understand me. This ain't me bragging. This is me just telling the truth. Without nuts. 46. 1977. Yeah, I deal with things. I've been dealing with HIV for 20 years. Been on drugs and smoked rocks. You know. Right now I'm dealing with something in my hands. Motherfuckers always be itching. Can't put these bitches in water. Motherfuckers be driving me. My hands, and I love my hands. My hands are so, I love my hands. I use my hands for so many things. And to have an affliction that I have to deal with is humbling. I'm thankful for this struggle, but sometimes it get on my nerves. I deal with things that I have to deal with every day. We all have stuff we dealing with. But that's no reason to talk about nobody's children. Children can't defend themselves. And I'm going to continue to feel like that. You know, when I was little, I wish I knew it was okay to read a grown up. And I wish and pray. I hope and pray. This is my prayer to the universe. I hope a bunch of children find out about T.S. Madison dragging children. And I hope one young girl, one young chocolate girl, beautiful little chocolate black girl, I want her to be just as black as she could be. Pretty little young girl to stumble across that video of Maddie dragging children. And I want her to light into Madison's soul because she was offended because she's a child. She was offended. Just like trans people get offended, children can get offended too. And I would just love for it to be like a 13-year-old. Because today, I heard a little black girl in the back seat while I was at work. Because I was at work today. Little black girl in the back seat. Her daddy passed by without giving me the money he was supposed to pay for the service that he was getting. Child, he flew by. She made him feel bad. She said, Daddy, stop being such a dick in the butt. Did you hear what I said? This little girl looked like she was about 7 or 8 years old. He gave me a $5 tip too. Girl told her daddy, she looked like she was about 11 years old. Told her daddy, stop being such a dick in the butt. So I want a girl like that to find T.S. Madison's comments about children. And because she's young, I want this to be a phase that she's going through or that he's going through. It could be either or. I'm not going to discriminate. It could be a male. It could be a young trans person. It could be a young intersex person. It could be a non-binary person. Just a young one, just a child. And I want them to make a series. I want them to read her in a series repeatedly because we know it's going to go viral because it's a child. So that she can learn the lesson. See, that's the world I want to live in. I don't want to live in a world where we can create a culture of reading people's children who never said anything about you despite what they clown mama said. I want children to have a voice. And I want some child to stumble across all of these videos where she's just coming for children who never came for her and feel away and just take it upon themselves to build a platform of constantly laying into her. I want those children to have a voice. It's not enough that Tasha K, you know, gives it to Madison. Because Tasha K reads. She reads for filth. And as I said in the beginning of the video, what I live for about her is that she reads herself as well. So I can laugh easier at things she says because I know she'll read herself. I know if she's in the presence of a person that she know could read her rights, she gonna humble herself. We've seen her do it time and time again on her platform. When she was interviewing somebody who she know not now was gonna run the dozens on her, someone who was gonna read her soul. We've seen her humble herself. Like she's not afraid to go to dozens. She'll straight comedian. She'll straight clown. It's nothing T.S. Madison could say about this woman's physical appearance that she probably haven't already heard. So when you come for her, you have to come for her soul. You have to come for her morality. You have to come for her ethics. And T.S. Madison isn't in a position to do any of that. The only thing T.S. Madison can read her about is surface shit. The reads have no depth. She keeps talking about how low she could go, but it's really just childish. It's childish reading. These are childish reads. 13 and 14-year-olds can read at the level that Madison read at. She don't have enough. She don't have enough of she don't have enough. What makes Tasha feel vulnerable is someone who can come for her in a way where she has to honestly humble herself. All of this stuff is old to her. Everything T.S. Madison saying, this ain't nothing but a repeat of probably when she was in school. Same shit. And they having a kindergarten fight, a third and fourth grade fight right in front of us. That's what happened with T.S. Madison and Kaya. And at one time, T.S. Madison and Armand Wiggins was beefing. Now they cool. Why? Because, baby, the gay mafia ain't got no power if they don't stick together. That's a gay mafia. That's the gay mafia right there, baby. Them motherfuckers, shit, they all together, honey. They linked up, honey. They trying to have that power. You got to stick together to have that power. Got to stick together to have that power. Got to stick together to have that power, honey. Oh, it hurts. Oh, you see it? You see it? It's a hair right there on my chest. It's a hair on my chest. You don't see it? It just came on now. It was a hair. I had saw it grow on my chest. The hair. You see the hair? Let me stop. Let me light my candle before I be too drunk on this line. Okay. Now, the reason why this video is an hour and 47 minutes is because, as I said before, unless something astronomical happens, I'm praying that this video will do what all the other videos do. Get minimum attention. Because I don't want to keep talking about this live. I'm actually kind of like healing and doing a purge, which was why I did the bird offering at the beginning of the video. I'm tired of talking about T.S. Madison. You know, I really am. And I realized that I have been giving her life, you know, and I don't want to not give her life because I do want her to continue to thrive. There's a part of me that wants to see her evolve into this being that I've always felt she was capable of being, but maybe that's just a dream of mine. I can't make somebody be who I want them to be. You know, I didn't create T.S. Madison. I'm not her parent. I'm not like, so I can't control that narrative. But it's just always in my face. It's like, and I want her to understand that. Like, if she ever sees this video, you said it yourself, bitch. You're everywhere. Like, I don't go looking for your content. You pop up on my timeline. You pop up on my timeline. It's like they force me to consume you. Because if you pop up with a topic that's interesting, I'm gonna wanna. I'm cute because I'm a person who is just like, this is one of the few examples of a black trans person that we get to see in mainstream. So that is that's the connection. But I had stopped watching her videos for a long time. And I really don't want to be in a place to stop watching her now because I don't want it to be like I don't have capacity. But am I lying to myself if I keep pretending that I do? Like, like I can love her without actually engaging with her content. I could wish her well without watching her videos. Is that sincere? I mean, let be honest. Like if I wish her well and I don't watch her content, is that shade? Is that insincere? And I'm legit asking a question, you know, because I have my thoughts, but I don't want to say that I can't hear other people. Like if I'm not willing to celebrate her and see it for her, we already know she would never do any of this for me. We see her character. This being will drag for your children. You know what I'm saying? They cut from that cloth. They will drag for your babies who can't even walk yet. You know, so I don't expect this by any means from Madison. But being the being that I am, do you think it's insincere to wish someone well but not support them at all? Like, not sincerely support them at all. Cause she's done things that I was proud of and things that I've shared. And even when I have been feeling a way about what's been going on with her lately, I haven't even posted the shit to my Instagram or my Facebook. I just been saying it on YouTube because this has always been my place for therapy. You know, this is where I therapize myself when I don't see a therapist. Because, you know, and people always talk about mental health, and seeing therapists and seeing therapists and seeing therapists. But let me tell you something. I have a unique set of experiences that few therapists are, have the capacity for. I've had therapists to laugh at my traumatic experiences while I was talking simply because one of the things that I do as a defense mechanism and as a survival skill is make light of my trauma. So I'm a person who can talk about a really traumatic experience and make it look like, oh, can you pass me the salt? Like I learned how to do that when I was young because the tricks wouldn't talk to me if I had a sad story. Dark skinned, big lips, wide nose. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you know, no Caucasian features at all. You know, I was wearing the little wigs and stuff for him and things. And I couldn't be sad because it made me look masculine to them, to white people. I could not be smiling because it didn't look inviting. I had to smile for the white man, to smile for him all the time. Because when I looked at serious, it looked at intimidating, sovereign, and it was cause for concern. And so when the white man would come up to me, I would always have to look upon him like this and have a funny antidote to tell him about the news or the comics in the paper so that I could get Mr. Charlie to give me some money. Sure did. I had to smile and tell stories. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can remember. So, and that's why I don't like doing all that performing now. I like being genuine. So I'm a natural artist, so there's performing, channeling, as I call it. You know, I'm gonna channel some things. If I feel it, I'm going into it. If it's a moment, it's gonna happen. But I don't like to force shit. If it ain't there, it ain't there. And I try to keep myself clear headed enough to be able to channel. Because when you stuff yourself with so much, you know, a lot of times all you can really do is mimic rather than have that moment where you kind of embody that energy. You know, that's what I like to do. I like to embody the energy of the moment. You know what I'm saying? I like to feel it and embody that energy. But the live is trying to disconnect now. I guess the ancestors are saying, okay, you've been on live long enough, and they want me to wrap it up. So before they freeze the live again, I'm gonna because I believe that, the cyberland is connected to us too. Just like, in that the Transformers and the robots. Like, I believe we're all connected. I think everything is gonna be connected, and this is really a season to become far more self-aware. Amen and women. So let's put our intentions on this candle. Hold on. All on my tongue. I be trying not to inhale it. Let's see what it's given with just the candle. Let's see what the silhouette looks like. Oh, that is kind of cute. That's kind of cuter. Okay. We light this candle to guide the ancestors home who we've lost today, well, who've transitioned this world today, and every other day since we've been away from our altars. This candle acknowledges the past, the present, and the future. This candle is our true trinity. Imagine 3 candles lit, one candle representing protection, one candle representing peace, the other representing creativity. As I blow out this candle, it will grow with strength and intensity on the spiritual plane, preparing our ancestors for these times that are now, imbuing them and endowing them with the wisdom, the gifts, the faith, the fearlessness, the intelligence, and the responsibility to carry their light on to the next generation, making sure that the next generation is fully prepared and having capacity. More capacity than what we had, not less. We don't want the space to keep getting smaller and smaller for us to thrive in. We don't want to be piled up on top of each other like there is in New York, everywhere in the world, because that's what's coming. Eventually, the wealthy are going to live in big homes, and the poor, they're going to live in pods. Poor spaces are going to get smaller and smaller, and wealthy spaces are going to get bigger and bigger. This is the world that you are leaving your children. Remember the movie The Matrix when everything was in the little pods? That's how the adults gonna be. You gonna sleep in a pod, watch a video of you living your life, and your energy is gonna be siphoned through the matrix to power other things. That's what poor people gonna have. They're gonna lose bodily autonomy, and they're gonna live in boxes. They're gonna lay in boxes and charge the things that are valid. That's the world that we are creating for ourselves right now. If you don't believe it, look around. Get out your own box. Get out your own space. See the world as it really is. As gentrification keeps happening, poor people's dwelling spaces are going to continue to decrease in size. And wealthy people, they're going to take up more space because they're going to be creating space for what they will allow in that space. And as they become more rigid and more specific about the worlds they want to create, they're going to do just what happened in Maui. They're going to take space. That's what this country was built on. They came over here and took space. You think they're about to stop taking space? Or you thought because slavery ended as you knew it, they was finished? You thought because slavery ended as you knew it, the mission had been aborted. You thought that they're not finna go to New York and see how them people live. And that's the model for the whole country. The South is fighting to conserve certain things, and that's why I like the South. Even though most of the time, the Democrat Party and the Republican Party, they both a mess to me. And I get conservatism. I just don't like how conservatism impacts Black indigenous people. And I'm not talking about African Americans. And I'm not talking about bougie elitist Black people. I'm talking about Black indigenous people who are still rooted in a lot of things that mainstream don't value. A lot of things that corporations and institutions do not value. And because they don't value it, they treat it as a liability. They frame narratives of these people as being liabilities. They shape stories that devalue and dehumanize those of us who don't try to fit into these aspirations of fulfilling or embodying some idea of the American dream. We know what the American dream cost. Tyler Perry is a prime example of that now. He can't even speak for Black women, and he dressed up as one to become rich. He can't even speak for his foremothers. Yet, you wouldn't be who you are if you had never put that dress on. Ain't that some shit? They won't allow him to speak for them. But you made $1 billion off of dressing up like them, pretending to be Muddy. Huh? Get into that. Yeah, child. It's getting real, honey. And like I said, you know, the wealthy are going to continue to have more space, and the poor are going to lose space. And the village that I envision, you know, the village that I want to live in, and the village that I want to earn enough resources to create, I want to live in this community where what you give, what you put in, is what you get back. And I want to live amongst the people, but I'm not going to sit up here and lie and say it has to be of a community of us who are working towards a collective goal. Like, we have to agree on the goal. If we don't even agree on the goal, then where we going? We just finna sit around and be be without a purpose. I ain't no shade to it. You know, we all connected, everything my ancestors, but that's not my tribe, you know. I don't want to be without a purpose. I don't want to be without service. I don't want to be without responsibility. I don't want to be without integrity, you know. But I also don't want to hate on someone else's right to be the way they want to be. I just don't want to be that. You know, I don't want to be that example. Anyway, I'm getting sleepy. I need to take a bath. Oh, child, it's been 2 hours and 8 minutes. And this lie, you get on my nerves. You know I want to swat you, don't you? I want to take this cigar and just be like, mash it. You been getting on my nerves. Let me see the mess I done made on the. Oh, Lord, I got so much motherfucking green candle on the floor. Bitch been burning me all in my fucking hands while I was talking. Anyway, um, we light this candle to acknowledge our ancestors who have come, our ancestors who are here, and our ancestors who are coming. As above, so below, as within, so without. As above, so below, as within, so without. Wait, as above, so below, as within, so without. Thank you, God Goddess. Thank you, God Goddess. Amen. Hey, woman. Lay limb. Lay learn. Good night. Look at the candle all on my damn hand.